Hi y'all, it's B. So today I'm going to be talking about getting my nose pierced for the second time. That's right, number 2. This is what it looks like. It's quite similar to the first one, at least in the size. That's what it looks like. I think it's a little bit crusty right now. I went to Main Street Ink in Mountain View, Arkansas. So it was kind of just discovered this shop kind of recently. Actually, Mom actually had a card from them in a purse, and you're like, what the heck? And after more searching later, found out that they were there. So that was a nice discovery. So I think the jewelry is different from my first one. Like, I think it might be slightly shorter or just bent in a certain way because it doesn't feel as humongous as my other one did. It could just be because I'm still a bit swollen, but as soon as I got it pierced, it just felt different. I don't really recall what the first one felt like exactly, but it just felt different. Excuse me. And I don't know, it just felt different. It just didn't feel so huge. Now, yesterday, the tail kind of flipped out and was kind of sticking up like probably 3 times. And for some reason, after I had a saline soak and just very, very delicately just swabbed a Q-tip around the area, it wasn't flipping around anymore. So I don't know if maybe the oils on my face were making it spin around in circles, or if maybe I agitated it slightly and made it form crusties or something to make it stay in place, because I feel like that's what's making it stay in place now is a bit of crusties on it, which is kind of gross, but it is what it is. That's one thing that's different. The jewelry feels different. I think it fits me better than the first time. And I think the jewelry that was used was Metal Mafia. At first, when me and Mom first went in there, piercer was going to use a a nose bone, and that was like a red flag to me. And so I requested nose screws, but didn't have any. Apparently had the wrong order. It was too big, and the nose screws like 16 gauge, and I don't think he had any needles to fit it. So waited about a week, and he had the new order in, which is the proper size. So I got pierced with I assume an 18 gauge titanium nose screw, which is what I had the first time, except for I feel like this one is just different somehow. Different size, like length, or the tail bend, or something's different. It definitely is prone to sticking out and the tail flipping down out of my nose, so that's unfortunate, but hopefully I can keep it in place. And I might have, as soon as it starts getting insane, I might have to change it. I've done research, or just found out about it, that if you keep a huge piece of jewelry in your body for too long and you're like laying on it, you can cause your piercing to become crooked, and especially if your jewelry is huge, it can just shift around and cause irritation bumps. So I got pierced with the nose screw. Yeah, so hopefully the jewelry won't give me a ton of trouble, because that would probably suck. And the second thing that was different about this time around was the piercing wasn't as painful, as far as I could tell. The first time hurt super bad, and Mom said the first time my face turned red, and I actually laid down for a second, breathing, because I just felt awful. this time around, it just, I was anticipating to hurt like a bastard, but it just wasn't as bad as the first time. I don't know. From what I can tell, I think this time around, the piercing is slightly more forward than the last time. I think the first time it was pierced farther back, but this time I think it's a little bit forward, and I think he ended up dodging the scar tissue from the first time. He might have pierced a thinner spot, or I have no idea. I think when you pierce scar tissue, I've heard that it hurts extra bad, but don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure that's true. But I think he ended up dodging it, and this might be actually a better placement. I don't know. So maybe second time's a charm. The price this time was a little more. And also, Mom ended up getting a pretty clicker for her Doff piercing. It's like kind of sort of like filigree-ish, but not exactly, with the lavender opal. And I adore opals, so that's cool. Usually she got like surgical steel or whatever, which I don't really recommend people have. But if they can tolerate it and they like it, then you do you, boo. Me, I think I'll stick with titanium. And as far as the soreness goes, doesn't even really hurt right now. So, right after getting it done, it was kind of stingy. And then yesterday, when I flared my nostrils, I think after I first woke up, it feels like I was wearing the nose might be a little too short. Excuse me. And it looked like it could have started sinking in just a tiny bit. And I think it could have been, but I think right after I wake up, I think I'm prone to my face swelling a little bit. So I think throughout the day, the swelling went down, and I could see the gem, or the bezel set, or whatever. I think maybe this is called Martini set. I have no idea, but as the day went on, more is just, you could see the whole thing again. So yeah, I guess that's one thing I was a little worried about. Is, I mean, I guess you could worry about any piercing, but I'm kind of worried about the jewelry not being long enough and causing issues. But I think I'll be fine. But anyway, when I flared my nostrils, it was pretty sore after I woke up. I figured because it was swollen up a little bit, and it's maybe a little tighter than it would have been already, or would have been. Like, as the day went on, I think when I flared my nostrils, it hurt slightly less. So maybe there's just extra pressure on it earlier. But today, when I flare my nostrils, it's slightly uncomfortable, but I'm doing really well. And I think my plan for this one is to, well, if it starts flipping out of my face all the time, I have to poke it back in because that was driving me crazy, and it could probably fall out. So unless I'm just gonna try the litha method. If you go on Reddit on, I think it's r/legit piercing, or there's things like that. You know, I think I've tried to help you before saying you could do saline soaps, but then I get like downvoted. Actually, I think it was maybe saline and tea tree oil. I think something I mentioned. I got downvoted and like, don't use tea tree oil, and sea salt soaps aren't recommended anymore. Blah blah blah. So I think as long as I've been into the body modification industry, I mean, I guess I'm learning. I mean, sea salt soaks apparently was a huge thing, and then now it's not recommended anymore. I don't know. I'm confused. And then there's another time that I suggested about saline solutions or something. I actually referenced the Association of Professional Piercers website, this person, and I think I might have had an actual piercer on there tell me that that the APP may be right about a lot of things, but sea salt soaks are not one of them. So I think it's just recommended to use the lithium method, which stands for leave the hell alone. So I'm thinking about taking up on that if it really works, because it would be easier to do and probably less painful and take less time. So things could change, but probably just stick with saline soaks once a day, and then the rest of the time just don't touch it unless they absolutely have to, or to try to help clean up a little bit, but just try not to mess with it if I can, and hopefully that is the best for it. And I probably recommend the same to all of you. I mean, I worry about getting infections and stuff, but it's probably not a problem unless I like pick my bum and then scratch my nose with the same hand, or not that I do that anyway. That's gross, but yeah, unless you get butt flakes in it or something, it's probably okay. I guess if you've been in a nasty, dirty environment, it's probably a good idea to give it a soak just to make sure everything's clean. But I mean, you could probably just soak your nose and then just dry it off slightly and leave it alone. Don't shove Q-tips in anything and just leave it be. So that's how my experience has been. Not horribly sore, and I haven't had this try to fly out in my sleep yet, but it's already been sticking up and coming out the bottom of my nose like 3 times, and I'm sure it'll be a ton more later on. So I think that's it. If I forgot anything, I'll leave it in the description box or whatever, and feel free to leave a comment or ask questions, or just say how much you love me, I don't know. And subscribe if you want to see more of me. And I got merch on Etsy if you want to check that out. I'm actually thinking of making a video for you guys about what I have in stock. So if you want to support me in my life, then you can head on down to Etsy and see if there's anything you like. Everything that I make on there is made by me, sewn by me, whatever, so it's handmade. And I'm planning on having new merch in there at some point, so anyway, just check out my store if you want to help me in life. And okay, anyway, I love you guys, and remember to be happy, be healthy, be kind, and never give up. And I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.